What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today when I talk to you about Faraday future, tickers FFIE, I want to give you a quick update on some technical, some positive news that came out, and potentially where things might be going from here. Before I get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. Without further ado, let's get right to it. So closed 2.45% in the green, so a nice strong close. After hours going down a little bit, but of course after hours is like the Wild West, anything could happen. On the technicals though, even though on a broad scale it's looking very negative still below a lot of the pivotal moving averages, still between this point right here, so the S3 and the S2, so 15 cents is the next support, big support, and vice versa, 26 is the next big resistance. But despite that though, it actually is looking like it might be the line in the sand that it bounces off of, potentially. Because keep in mind, this week there is a lot of big companies, such as after hours today, Meta or Facebook or whatever you want to call them, they had phenomenal earnings. So in reality, that might mean and justify a good tentative rally in the broader market going into tomorrow. So a lot of these growth stocks, such as Faraday, that have been completely slammed to the point where it's trading between this S3 and the S2. And as I've said, unfortunately, even though it does suck, a lot of these companies have been trading within this range have in fact just been classified as junk, unfortunately. But with a broader market rally, definitely could very much benefit for Faraday and get out of this rut that it's on. So definitely a very positive thing, but like I said, some positive stuff did in fact come out, and it was about this. So I'm sure some of you guys may or may not know that Faraday did in fact get their notice that they're going to get kicked off and delisted from the NASDAQ. They had to get over that $1 threshold by May 1st, 2023. So even in myself, I kind of was watching that, because at the end of the day, they could always just do a reverse split and just bypass that and everything would be fine. But one thing that they did do that I wasn't expecting was this. So as you can see right here, it does look like Faraday is transferring and moving from the NASDAQ to the NASDAQ capital markets, thus bypassing the whole kind of delisting process. So they kind of found a loophole. So very brilliant idea on their part about this. And I personally didn't really see or hear anything about this on a side note prior to this. So definitely smart move for Faraday. And it's definitely going to result in a little bit more of a positive thing. But keep in mind, that doesn't necessarily restrict NASDAQ capital markets, because they still do have the same rules as the NASDAQ, I do believe, because these kind of criteria, so the NASDAQ listing rules, are a broad aspect. But by them moving to the capital markets, it'll give them another 30 days before, unfortunately, NASDAQ itself will have to notice or give them another notice per se. So that might be coming, but at least it pushed the can down a little bit more. And like I said, what has been happening to Faraday isn't just its problem. It is a broader market problem. A lot of EVs are in the exact same boat as Faraday, where they've just been going down. Even though despite that, there was and is some positive news that has been coming out that I've been giving updates on, especially in regards to production. But outside of that though, there's been no SEC filings, no new press releases from what I've last updated you on. And because of this whole movement, I like to give you guys short updates, but because of that, it is skewing up Ortex's data, and it shows that they returned to 75.26 million shares. And if I remember correctly, I think this might justify, because if, for instance, a spinoff happens, or maybe this, it prompts a share count. So potentially this being skewed right now might be the true naked shorting behind the scenes. So there might be truly been at least 75 million shares of naked shorts out there. That might be one way to perceive it potentially, but again, Ortex is trying to figure that out behind the scenes. As far as options activity, nice change of events as well. So a lot more calls being purchased, but the number has been reduced. So the frequency has been going down, but still nonetheless, a lot more calls being purchased, which of course is meaning that there is upside anticipated. But as I always say, even though there's not too much going on here, it's still just a sentiment. It doesn't necessarily move the stock price by any means. So like I said, when it comes down to it, you really need to look at the technicals because there isn't been any news, no anything coming up. There is their earnings coming maybe in the first or in the next couple of weeks as well, so something to pay attention to. But stochastic is currently at 8, so you really want to just watch the technicals. And with the stochastic being at 8, that is very oversold. So potentially with good piece of news, it could very much go up. Momentum number retail investors have been really liking this discounted price. So once again, give yourself a shout out if you have been taking advantage of these discounted prices and potentially where you see things going. Like I said, based on the technicals and the broader market, I do anticipate it to have a nice little bit of a rally. But as of right now, I don't see it having enough fundamentally behind the scenes to get past this 26-cent range. I could be very much wrong. I'm not a financial advisor or anything, and my crystal ball sometimes is wrong. But given the circumstances, even if there is a lot of good momentum in the economy right now and for the tail end of the week, I can only see it getting to around the 26-cent mark, which of course is good given the nice step laddered approach, because if it gets to the 26-cent mark, in reality, it'll kind of get to around this range. Of course, there is going to be a lot of heavy resistance at that stage, but hopefully Faraday will have some good PR and stuff like that to justify it getting higher. But of course, like I said, these videos are for entertainment purposes only, so make sure you guys do your own due diligence at the end of the day. When it comes down to it, let me know your thoughts on Faraday. Are you getting tired of it? Are you believing more in it? What is your take on all of that? So let me know your thoughts on all that in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing I just wanted to share with you, even though Faraday's been, like I said, flat, sideways, all over it, take advantage of free promos such as 𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗪, link in the description below and also the comments. This is only for April, so a couple days left, but open up a free account and you get one free stock. So it's completely free. Take advantage of that, just that one free stock, and each stock is valued up to $2,000. So take advantage while you can. 𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗪 also does offer $0 commission, free level 2 trading as well. So once again, kind of a win-win. Let me know you guys' thoughts on all of that in the comments below. And without further ado, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on Faraday.